Assalamualaikum. My name is Putri Balkis binti Ismail, matric number S71439. My role in this group is research issue and as a presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Roshadi bin Husaini. My number card matrix is S71372 from Group 1. My roles is research of legal principle, video compilation, video editor and presenter.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Rosinha binti Yasin, my metric number is 70188. My role is conclusion maker, slide design, visual editing and presenter.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Syafiqah binti Mubaram S71418, and for this group project I took several key roles to make sure everything was complete smoothly and on time. First, I am the leader of this group, and as the group leader, I help coordinate the group progress by assigning tasks, keeping everyone updated with deadlines, and ensuring communication stay clear and productive throughout the whole progress. Then, I'm also doing script writing, and I am the writer of application parts in ILAC. I was responsible for writing the script based on this case scenario involving speed test motor. I also applied legal concepts such as invitation to treat, offer, counter offer, acceptance section, Law Act 1915 into the storyline, making sure it's follow the contract law principles. Next, I'm also take role in making storyboard and creative planner. To visualize the flow of this case, I created a storyboard showing each main event from the beginning of this video until the end of this video presentations. This helped my teams to plan our presentation step by step. Next, of course, I am presenter. So during this presentation, I am responsible for explaining our group case clearly, highlighting the legal issue in application and ensuring the audience understand the relevance of the events. And I am formatting the final assignment, and I am the submitter. I handle the final formatting of the script and presentation slides. I make sure everything was complete, neat, and properly submitted according to the lecturer instruction and deadline. Overall, I am proud of this teamwork we had and knowledge we gained through this project, and I hope we can improve ourselves in future and use this knowledge in the real life. So that's all for part 1. Thank you for your time and your intentions. Now we go to the part 2, the presentation of the case from my group 1. Let's go. Hi, welcome to part 2 where we will present about speed test motor advertisement case for MGM3143 commercial law. So let's meet our member first. Good morning everyone. Today I will be the first presenter to present a short case study involving speed test motor to explain the legal concept of offer, counter offer and acceptance under Contract Act 1915. Let's begin with speed test motor published an advertisement in a newspaper offering the new SX5 car for Rm50,000. However, in law, advertisements like this are usually considered an invitation to treat, not a binding offer. Then, a car enthusiast named John saw the advertisement and interested in this invitation, so John called the company. He offered a 45,000 for the car instead of the advertised price Rm5,000, but rejected by Speedster Motor and said it's not negotiable. So, after being rejected, John later emailed the company agreeing to buy car at 50,000. However, John's email called as a new offer, not an acceptance, and this email was never read by Speedster Motor and never replied by them. Meanwhile, Jane, another buyer, offered Rm55,000 for the same car. Speedster Motor accepted Jan's offer and a valid contract was formed between Jan and Speedster Motor. So there's a little miscommunications or misunderstood here. So let's discuss it in the next slide.
The question is, in the bustling city of Kuala Lumpur, a well-known automobile company, Speedster Motors, placed an eye-catching advertising in the Daily Drive newspaper. The ad featured a sleek new sedan, the Speedster SX5, painted in a vibrant red hue with a bold tagline, "Drive the future, 50 The advertisement details the car's state-of-the-art feature, including an eco-friendly engine, advanced safety system, and luxurious interior. John, a local entrepreneur passionate about cars, spotted the advertisement while sipping his morning coffee. Intrigued by this offer, he envisions SX5 as a perfect addition to his collection. He promptly dialed the Speedster motor sale department and was connected to Mr. Lee, the sale representative. With a confident tone, Jones expressed his interest in SX5 but proposed a purchase price of 4,500 ringgit, citing his long-standing patronage and current market trends. Mr. Lee, however, politely informed John that Speedster Motors priced itself on fair pricing and that the advertised price was carefully calculated to reflect the car's value. She implied that the price was firm and non-negotiable. After being slightly disappointed but still eager to own an SX5, John added the call with a competitive mood. After a day of deliberation, John decided that SX5 was worth investing in. He composed an email to Speedster Motor, formally agreeing to purchase a car at a total advertised price of 1,500 ringgit. He outlined his financing plan and requested detail of the following steps to finance the purchase. Meanwhile, Jen, a successful lawyer, a fake car associate, come across the same advertisement, recognizing SX5 potential as a sound investment and impressed by its feature. She decides to outbid the advertising price. She contacts Speedster Motor with an offer of 5,500 ringgit, hoping to secure a car before anyone else. Surprised by a higher offer, Speedster Motors promptly accepts Jane's proposal. Mr. Tan, the sales manager, reasoned that a higher bid aligned with the company interest and proceed with the sale. A contract was drafted and Jane completed the transaction. John, unaware of this development, awaited a response to his email days later. While browsing the daily drive for updates, he stumbled upon a follow-up story featuring Chen and her new Speedster SXX. Realizing that the car was sold, he felt frustration and disbelief. John firmly believed that his email validly accepts Speedster Motors' offer. Thus, forming a bidding contract, analyzed the right and liabilities of the parties in the fact of the case above. So, the issue of the question is there are valid a bidding contract between John and Speedster Motor based on the advertisements and the email sent by John.
Applicable Law Contract Act 1950 Key Provision, Section 2A, Definition of Proposal Offer, where one person signifies to another his willingness to do or abstain from doing anything with a view to obtaining the assent of that other person. Section 2H, Valid Contract. An agreement enforceable by law is a contract. Section 5.1, Revocation of Proposal. A proposal may be revoked at any time before the communication of its acceptance is complete. Section 2B, Acceptance. When the person to whom the proposal is made signifies his assent thereto, the proposal is said to be accepted. Section 4.2a, Communication of Acceptance. Complete when it is put in a course of transmission to the proposer so as to be out of the power acceptor. Relevant case law 1. Carly v. Carbolic Small Ball CO 1893, Principle and Application. This landmark case established that an advertisement can constitute a unilateral offer if it demonstrates a clear intention to be legally bound, and then acceptance can occur through performance. The court held that when a company includes a promise backed by tangible commitments, such as depositing money into a bank account to show sincerity, the advertisement becomes more than a mere invitation. It's become a binding offer upon fulfillment of the state condition. Application to the Speedster Motor scenario. In the case of Speedster Motors, the advertisement published did not indicate any serious intention to enter into legal relation. There was no reward, no deposit, or other strong indicator of commitment. As such, it will most likely be classified as an invitation to be treated rather than a binding offer. Consequently, John's interest in the car, despite being based on the ad, does not create a contractual obligation on the part of Speedster Motors. Number 2, High-V Branch Active 40 Principle and Application. The key legal principle from this case is that a counter offer effectively terminates the original offer. When an offer responds with new terms, such as a different price, it constitutes a rejection of the initial offer. Once rejected, the original offer cannot be revived unless the offerer makes it again. Application to the Speedster Motor scenario. In this context, when John offered ringgit for a vehicle that was advertised at 15,000, his response legally amount to a counter offer. As a result, even if there had been a valid offer initially, that offer was extinguished by John's action. He cannot later attempt to accept the original 15,000 price, as it no longer stands after his counter proposal. 3. Feldhaus v. Burnley 1862 Principle and Application. This case affirmed that silence cannot constitute acceptance in the formation of a contract. A binding agreement requires clear affirmative communication of acceptance. The mere absence of a reply or action does not satisfy this requirement. Application to the Speedster Motor scenario. John sent an email to Speedster Motor in response to the advertisement. However, the company did not reply or provide any indication of acceptance. Under the principle established in Feldhaus v. Bindley, such silence does not amount to acceptance. Therefore, without explicit confirmation from Speedster Motor, no contract was formed.
Hi, it's me again. I'll be presenting the application parts where we apply relevant legal principle from the Contract Act 1915 to the case involving John, Jane, and Speedster's Motor. Under Section 2 bracket A of the Contract Act 1915, a proposal has to show a clear intention to be legally bound. But in this case, the advertisement by Speedster's Motor in the Daily Drive wasn't actually a legal offer, but it was an invitation to trade. That means they just inviting people to make an offer, not promising to sell the car straight away to anyone who saw the ads. To support this, we bring case from Carlyle v. Carbolic Smokeball Co., which say an advertisement is only a real offer if there's a clear sign they want to be bound, like offering a reward or showing proof, which actually Speedster's Motor don't even do it. So, when John saw the ads and called Mr. Lee offering RM 45,000, that was an acceptance but a counter offer from John, but not accepted by Speedster's Motor. Why we call counter offer? It is because John did not accept the actual offer of 50,000 but make another offer to buy the car. And under Section 2 bracket B, the case Heidi Range, a counter offer cancel the original offer. So even if the ads was an offer, which actually is not, and John's 45,000 offer changed the term and ended any chance of him accepting the RM 50,000 later on. After rejected by Speedster Motor, John sent an email saying he agreed to buy the car at 40,000. But under Section 4 bracket 2 bracket A, acceptance must be properly communicated. In this case, Speedster's Motor never replied or known about John's email of acceptance, so there was no actual acceptance formed between them. According to the case Feldhaus v. Bindley, silence does not count as acceptance, so no agreement was reached between John and Speedster Motor. Even if we say John's email was some kind of acceptance, Section 5 bracket 1 allows Speedster's Motor to revoke their offer before the formal acceptance. And that's why they did it. They accepted Jane's better offer RM55 before replying to John's. Now we take a look at Jane's situations. She offered a 55,000, which was higher than advertised price. Speedster's Motor accepted it. She paid the money and a contract was officially signed. So under section 10 bracket 1, which say a valid contract must have pre-consent, consideration, a lawful purpose, everything was in place. And finally, under bracket section 2 bracket hash, a contract is defined as an agreement that is enforceable by law. Since Jan's offer was accepted, consideration was given, and both parties intend to be legally bound, a valid and enforceable contract was clearly formed between Jan and Speedster's Motor, not John's. That's all.
Based on the principle of contract law, there is no valid and binding contract between John and Speedster Motor. Supported by Section 2, Column A of the Contract Act 1950, the advertisement cannot be considered as a legal offer but only an invitation to trade. John's initial proposal of 45,000 ringgit was a counter offer, which under height range terminates any previous offer. When John later emailed acceptance for 50,000 ringgit, it failed to become binding as Speedster Motors did not communicate acceptance. A requirement under Section 4, Column 2, Column A of the Act and reinforced by Feldhaus v. Bentley, where silence is not acceptance. Since the company had not accepted, they were within their right under Section 5, Column 1 to revoke or ignore the proposal before acceptance was complete. Furthermore, as detailed in Section 10, Column 1, a contract is only valid when offer, acceptance, consideration, and intent are all present. These elements were met only in the transaction with Jane, not John. Consequently, no legally enforceable contract existed between John and Speedster Motor. That's all from me. Thank you.
That's all from Group 1. Thank you for watching.